All right.
All right, man. Cool. So look at this
Welcome
episode.
Episode number 20.
Yes, sir.
Put a stamp on it. If you don't know already, now you know. Follow us on Stitcher, any huge social media platforms.
Mhm.
Put a stamp on it. Podcast. Mr. Gary Frosto. What's up, Jose Riano here. Back another week for you folks. So,
Damn, cuz your wife jump off fast. She's like the first subscriber.
hey,
She's on point.
Hey, that's the number one fan. Thanks. Number one fan.
I was like, damn, she jumped out before we hit live.
I'm telling you, why are we seeing more people like that? Log in and be like, what's up?
Cousin,
There we go.
cousin up. All right, so let's talk, man. Let's.
All right. So, a couple things aside from football being very, very close upon us. Dodgers lost, what sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not going to talk a whole lot of sports, but Dodgers lost. Felt the heartbreak. Oh, well, hopefully World Series is better.
Mhm.
Secondly, football. I did partake in a draft this weekend, but the bad thing is that I wasn't able to be there. So I tried to get my brother to go in
Surprise,
there.
surprise.
I know,
You don't
right?
participate.
Yeah, well, on that draft, I wasn't there. So I'm trying to get him to go to the draft, and he's not.
For
going
you, for
to take my place. I sent him a draft of players.
so you want him to go draft all this for you.
Yeah, to be there for me because I couldn't be there because I was at my daughter's soccer game.
Why are you making commitments to try to make other people do shit for you?
No, but that's the thing. I had planned it. This tournament was a last minute tournament that came up about maybe 3 weeks
You
ago.
should tell
I had
everybody.
already planned this ahead of time.
What, the tournament?
The tournament just came up for
Oh,
me being there for the draft. We had scheduled this a couple months back.
yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. I was looking forward to it. Couldn't do it. But the thing of it is, it turned out pretty good. I got a really good draft list. So thanks to my brother, Tamaño. He came through,
Cool.
got a good list. But man, Andrew Luck retiring. That hit a lot of people. Me, I thought I had him on my list. Apparently it didn't.
Yeah.
But retiring that late in the game, or this early in the game, I should think. But
You know how many years he's been playing?
I think it was a total of 7, I believe.
Is it 7?
Because he,
I thought he was around 4 or 5 years.
so I know Peyton Manning retired in, I don't know. Anyways, look it up on ESPN. Andrew Luck retired. Shout out to a lot of people, got dropped for fantasies. And if anyone's looking to do the football strips, I don't condone gambling, so don't hit me up. Where you do the 50, you circle whichever ones. You ever do any of those? Football?
Let's watch it.
Just watch it and that's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
All right. So as far as that, man, other than just a weekend watching soccer, my daughter plays soccer. They lost, but we got home early.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, though, having crazy dreams is, I remember my dream from last night. Do you remember your dreams most of the time?
Do I remember most of my dreams?
Yeah, like, can you recall, like, a dream that you might have had maybe, like, 2-3 days ago that sticks out, baby?
I'm gonna stay obvious. You're all over the place right now.
I am.
You went from fucking baseball to Andrew Luck. Like, they'll pay attention no matter what we're talking about.
Indeed.
So let's stick to one thing.
Yeah. Well, either way.
So let's start with Andrew Luck.
All right, Andrew Luck.
So him retiring, I think, was definitely a shock. And the way on that preseason game, they were talking about it this morning, how everybody found out that he was retiring while that preseason game was on. And they already knew that he was like sidelined and he wasn't even on IR yet, but something about like for his ankle or like his foot. So, but then like the whole stadium finds out literally from the internet and they start booing him. So they're like booing him as he's walking off and stuff like that. So like they had kind of like a debate this morning. Some people were pissed because like Shannon Sharp was pissed because, like he put his body on the line and he was saying, he's like, it's not, they're not necessarily cheering, for you. It's like the fans are just cheering for what you do for them, like how you make them feel. But then once they feel like they're done with you, like that's how they make you feel. And like, they're booing him out. And then like Skip was like, well, I think they were more booing because, he didn't really give him a formal announcement. It was just like, it just popped up on him. But, dude went through a lot, man. I mean, like as far as injuries and everything like that go, his body went through a lot, breakdown, stuff like that. But, they just never put anything around him when it came to like a line to protect him and stuff like that. So, he's still getting paid, but he has to do for himself and everything. So, but that's crazy because, to see him and RG3 get drafted and then RG3 went through all the stuff he went through, all the injuries he went through, and to see both of them just kind of leave. It's just a short business, especially if you're not going to be like a pocket passer.
Yeah.
And you're out there hitting like Cam Newton got hurt. You know what I mean? Like once you're getting out, you ain't going to be pocket passer. I mean, it's tough, man. You got to play traditional when it comes to that position. So But definitely a shock. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I just thought that I think it's kind of messed up that something like that would happen to where the fans actually won because they were saying, I mean, to refill Peyton Manning's shoes, those are some big ass shoes to fill, right?
Mhm.
And he did the absolute best that he can with his ability. And yeah, dude, your body will get fucked up. I mean, you hear it a lot of times from the rookie quarterbacks. Man, those linemen move a lot faster than I thought. So you got line, 200-300 pound dudes just smacking you. I mean, yeah, at some point in time, yeah, you got to be smart enough and conscientious to walk away, so you can walk away, clean. But you don't want anything to happen to them
Mhm.
later on in the future, like some type of I don't know, PTSD or some type of concussion that later on down the line it hurts him in the long run. So
Yeah.
I think it's smart for him to protect himself because at the end of the day, he's his best investment. So I mean, shit.
Well, if he's not passionate about it anymore, like he said, he was more passionate about rehabbing. Like he says, he was more excited about rehabbing and just getting back to to being healthy than he was about the actual game. So that's kind of how he knew. He was like, man, I'm over this. Like my heart's not in it anymore, and there's just no reason for me to be there. So, I mean, really, I don't have that type of passion about sports where it's like, whoever retires or goes, like it is what it is. Like the team's a team.
Yeah.
That's always going to be what it is, and not like Die Hard where it's like, oh, I forget that shit. I hate that guy and stuff like that. Well, But I mean, he's a human. He has to do what he has to do. So, definitely kind of I like to see what's going to happen. I mean, I'm always interested in like how the franchise is going to rebuild after that.
Yeah.
What's the next step up, next man up, stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting. But football definitely going to be interesting this year. You said you went and to a soccer tournament this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, man. I mean, like, because you're really involved. Like, my kids aren't that old yet where they're involved in too much. So how hard is that to sacrifice? Okay, so like you said, I planned this ahead of time to go to the draft, and you got to drop everything just to go to soccer.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I think with anything, there's a good and bad.
Yeah.
You go watch the draft. There's great things that come out of it, and then there's a bad that comes out of it. You go eat a donut, there's good and there's bad. Like, I'm just saying in general, you know what I mean? Like, generally, so you go watch the soccer, but then you're missing out on the draft. Like, how do you manage, or how do you stay sane, or what do you tell yourself, like, when you have, because I see you're involved in a lot. Both you guys are, you and your wife and everything like that. And I mean, I've seen other people and stuff like that are involved in everything. And I've never heard you say this, but I hear other parents that would be like, my kid's in this, my kid's in this, my kid's in this. But then on the downside, when their kid ain't around, they're bitching about what their kid's involved in. Like, fuck, I got to do this, I got to do that. Like, they're not excited about doing it. Like, how is that a happy life to live?
Yeah.
Because you're doing it for your child. And half the time you ask the kid don't even give a fuck. They're like, I don't really want to be a part of this either. Like, you made me be a part of this. So like,
you're paying for it.
Yeah. Like, so how do you, I don't know, like, like my daughter's in band, and I mean, I want to be there and I want to watch her all the time, but I really don't fucking want to go take all my kids at 9:00 to pick her up or go to a football game. And if I can't go see her, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're doing a great job, but I mean, I'm a single dad. I can't grab all the kids and just dip out to go watch her play a high school game. You know what I mean? Like the 3-year-olds don't care. The 5-year-olds, dude, they're not going to be able to be there that long. So I got to pick and choose kind of the things I can go to because there's so many of us.
Yeah.
So
the way we manage it, man, is like, there's some things that my son is getting older. Oh, I don't care to watch her at a soccer game, but like one thing my wife and I try to instill is like, hey, look, that's your sister. You need to put your damn game down and watch her play, because guess what? Whenever you two spend alone time, hey, you know what? I noticed you did this wrong. Maybe I can help you out with this.
I mean, no, but what about you? Not
me personally? Kids. No, that whole thing, it sucked because I really wanted to be at the draft.
Yeah.
But I figured, look, you know what? If it puts a smile on my daughter's face, then that makes it worth it, because the draft will be there. My kids, I only have them for so long, so if there's a chance I can spend time with them and be there with them one-on-one, then I'll do it, right? Does it hurt a little bit? Yeah, but I'm like, oh my God, it's not the end of the world.
Do you ever get to make a compromise, like to where you can actually go do a couple things? Because I mean, like, there's some things that I'd like for you to join into, like some of those groups I was telling you about and stuff like that, to get the commitment to go. But I feel like sometimes your play may be P2 filled, that you can't do anything really. Yeah,
and that's the thing, man. It's like sometimes, it's just having to pick and choose. If it's organized right, okay, then I can go ahead and do it. Sometimes it's like, hey, I can't do this. Yeah. Can you do this? We try to find a compromise, but I mean, a couple things. It's just I don't know, man. I want to see life gets in the way, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, man, I don't really make a priority to do that outside of my kids because I know my kids will appreciate it. And they told me before, hey, Dad, thanks. You know,
Yeah.
even though they don't tell all the damn time, and I
Yeah.
feel like, Dad, they don't appreciate shit. I'm running around, freaking gas here,
Yeah.
this and that, getting this, but then at the end of it, I'm like,
You ever think you're terrible at scheduling? Like you try to you try to put too much on your plate at one time. And
yeah,
say yes,
and
say
figure
yes too much.
it'll work it out. No, sometimes I'll say no, but I don't put it on the schedule. Like you're right, I don't.
Well, it seems
I
like,
just
and I just
roll
bring
with
that up because like every weekend it seems like we run into like, hey, can you go do this for me on the weekend when you're out of town? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
can you go show a house or can you do this? Like, you're always messaging the group. So it's almost like, do you feel like you tell your clients yes too
this
many?
is like one of the first times.
Like yes too many times versus like controlling the business and being like, hey, we can't do it this Sunday because I'm going to be out of town, so we'll need to do it on Monday.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we're in this business where we're more like yes, like they're our children versus I can't. It's just not, that walkthrough's going to be there on Monday.
Yeah,
that walkthrough's going to be there on Friday.
But I guess the way I look at it is like, since we're in a team, right? And I do a lot of stuff for people that are out of town as well. So I figured they'll reciprocate it back if they can.
Right.
And that's how I view it, as like, I feel like I contribute to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
That I figured, hey, I'm not asking you to do this and like write up a contract, just do this, just little stuff. If it's stuff that I have to take care of.
Do you tend to try to plan like things like usually a couple of days out or a week out? Like I have a final walkthrough that I knew the file was going to close in 2 weeks, and I set it up a week ahead of time on a Friday. So no matter what, I knew it was scheduled.
Yeah, yeah. I have 3 for this week because I know with my daughter's tournaments is out of the way now. I'm able to plan more accordingly to do that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, try to. Doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah,
but,
no shit.
Try, man. Try the best you can. But
the other one would be your dream. So you want to talk about your dream?
Dude, I had a weird ass dream last night. As a matter of fact, that it actually came up to where. And my dreams were pretty vivid, but there was one in particular that we were on a bus, or I was on a bus, going down a hill.
Okay.
And then I saw like these people, they were zip lining down from like the top of this hill all the way down to the bottom. It looked like telephone poles, but they zip line all the way down.
Wow.
And when they get to the end, you just see them dangle back and forth. And then they get these 2 bottles. They look like 2-liter bottles, but they're white. And then they just throw it out. And like, as soon as it lets their hands go, like 2 seconds later, I don't know why, red and blue smoke come out of it like they're about to take off.
Mm.
And strings pull out, and it pulls them all the way back up to the top so they can come down again.
That was it?
That's all I can remember. Some other stuff was involved in it, but... So
that was a weird dream?
It was weird because they didn't have any heads. They didn't have any heads. It was like they were wearing astronaut suits, and they just took.
That's funny. That's funny. I had a dream. It was yesterday or the night before. I think it was like I had a dream. I was either in a big city. I don't know if I was like in New York or something like that. But I had to get back to California, and all I remember is I got shot 5 times in my chest. That's a real crazy dream. No fucking zip lining with water bottles.
Hey,
bring some entertainment. Hey, I got shot, and I felt it was like burning my chest. And I'm like, fuck, it hit me. But so I remember I was in a store, and I saw the dude walk in. I think it was in Chicago. My dream was like I was in Chicago because I remember seeing the guy walk in. He turns. He's probably a good about 15, 20 feet away from me. I see him like pull, and I go, oh shit, he's gonna shoot. And I really couldn't go anywhere. So I just turned to my side. I'm like, well, if he's gonna hit something, hopefully it'll just hit my side. And it pop, 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 pop. It hit me. And I remember my chest was burning. And in my dream, I could feel my chest burning. And I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get to the doctor, or I gotta get to the hospital. And somehow, if I took an Uber, a flight, but somehow it took me from Chicago to California just to get there to like finally go to the doctor. And I'm like, but it was just, it's funny because the whole time it seemed like it was so stretched out, like it was an epic travel just to try to get around the whole time. Like, holy shit, I'm shot 5 times, like, but I'm not dead yet. Like it just burned, and then I ended back in California. And I woke up. I think I woke up or something, or the dream just ended at that point.
No shit.
Yeah. So
you can't recall like what he just shot you?
No, I don't know, man. It's a dream, bro.
No, sometimes you remember weird shit. Like I said, it might not.
Every dream doesn't.
Maybe
you never remember the beginning. You never remember the end.
No.
It's just that centerpiece, and then I don't really go get on my shit and go Google it, and try to figure out like why or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that it just gets put together like that. Like, oh shit, like that's probably could have been something I was watching. And then the other night I was listening to Joe Rogan. and Duncan Trussell talk, and they were talking about, Joe was talking about how he was taking a DMT, the spirit molecule, and
The what?
spirit molecule.
What's
It's like DMT is like a hallucinogen.
Okay.
So it's like just mushrooms.
Liquid-
Let's just say
liquid-
I don't know
liquid
I don't know what it is. They just talk about it. DMT is just called spirit molecule, but it'd be like taking mushrooms, but it's supposed to be like way more crazier. It's like
Oh, shit.
your I think your body, it's dimictic string, something like that. Anyways, your body produces it. Supposedly, like your body produces it, but he was taking it and he trips. He says he floats in his float tank when he takes it, and then he listens to like Indian medicine men. Like it's like like rhythms and shit, dude. And he trips out. He just mellows out. So I remember in my dream I could hear it because I have it on my speakerphone. I have it playing, and I could hear it. And I'm kind of like dozing in and dozing out, and I hear it in the background playing in my head. And I kind of remember getting up a little bit. I'm like, damn, I feel drunk. Like, but I didn't drink. And I'm like, I feel like out of it, like fucking just blitzed. I'm like, I just kind of got up. I was like, what the hell, dude? I was like, damn, was that what put me out? Like, cause it was like really like a chant. Like it was like, yeah, the chant was putting me out hard, dude. I was like, it was tanking me. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like it was just real mellow, like it's just like a straight up Indian shit. It wasn't crazy, bro. Like the shit they talk about.
Like the Native American Indian, or
Native American, like
shit.
Indian man, like a medicine man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because sometimes like Indian men, I mean, they do have like a chance that they do like in India, like yeah. So that's why I was trying to decipher which one was Indian, American. That's nuts, man. Because and it's weird how sometimes like you hear sounds on the outside and you can incorporate them into your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty interesting. But now I haven't looked at my dreams. I used to. My mom had this book of dreams that told you like what certain things meant. Like if she says that if you dreamt of head lice, that means you were gonna be like filthy rich. And I didn't have any head lice dreams. She said that one.
She had like a book on dreams.
Yeah, it was some Spanish one. It tripped me out. I'm like, I didn't look. I just remember her telling me that one. I thought, okay, I hope I dream I have head lice or something, so be rich, but. No, man, I never looked into that or the zodiac. She's all into that, but I'm like, no. And every once in a while, like if I talk, she hit me up. Hey, Miko, did you read your astrology? I'm like, no, Mom, I didn't. Well, this is this. I'm like, I don't believe that. Man.
They did a study. They were talking about, was it Joe Rogan talking about it? Maybe someone else. What was it different? There was one that they did. Like they took all the sign. They took like an astrology sign. Like the saying that they did for that day, the day. And they read the same one to everybody who had the same birthday. They just read it to everybody. And everybody was like, yeah, that's exactly right on. But they all believed it, right? So they were kind of like just trying to point that like a lot of it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to really get anybody to not believe what they generally believe. You know what I mean? Some people just believe that's on point. Or even people that are like really into that whole like, well, my sign matches this sign, and this is why we didn't work because of this and stuff like that. Like matching relationships and shit. I don't know.
Do you think that has any truth?
Do I? I think. I think it could depend on depending on what point you're looking at it, right? Like when you first meet somebody in the first 3 years, like they call that the honeymoon phase, and they did a study. This guy was talking about that, like within the first 3 years, when you meet somebody, like there's literally. If you guys are feeling each other, like there's literally nothing that person can do really that's kind of like derail you from wanting to be with that person, right? Like usually you're like, you're meet a family member and you're like, why are you with that person? Like that dude's an idiot or she's an idiot and all that. No, I love her, or whatever. And then like eventually if, let's just say it messes up, you're like, I told you, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like after the 3 years, it's like, that's that time, the average of when people start falling out after that, all that, I forgot what they call it, but whatever it is, like that chemical, whatever, is like it's out. So what I'm saying? So like if, at that point, if you read into something like that, you're probably going to want to take from that and be like, oh well, that makes sense. This is why we get along. You know what I mean? Like because you can't find any reason not to.
Make a reason
and then when
for
the breakup. Yeah, and then you no, not a reason for the breakup. Like you read it, like, oh, that's your sign and this is your sign. Oh, that's why we get along so good.
Yeah.
But then when you break up, you look back, you're like, oh, that's exactly why we don't get along because of that. You know what I mean? Like it's just your perception of where you're at currently at that moment. So, I think you can almost read anything. I mean, you can read one quote and be like, this is perfect for my life, and someone else can read it like this is stupid. Like, it's just however you interpret it. You know?
Yeah, and I agree because there was one. I read something online that talked about that. A positive person is always going to focus on the music. A negative person is always going to focus on the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, oh my god, that song speaks to me so much because you're, I guess, in the mind state. So I think, I don't know. I guess kind of goes with what you're saying. Like mentally, if you're a Pisces, you get along great. Oh my god, it's because we're a Pisces and don't work out well. She was a Pisces, that's why.
Yeah. There's a guy named Jordan Peterson, man. That, like, I always tell everybody that they should like read his book, or they should like listen to him talk. Like, he does a lot of talks. Like, he goes around. He's an academic, like a psychologist, like a professor from Canada, and now he goes all over the place, and they hire him to speak, and he does these big old conferences, and like he talks about everything from like, does God exist? But his biggest kick is like that, like the yin and yang. Like you have to know how you can only be well balanced if you only accept how bad you are as a person. Yeah. And then that will help you be greater. Like you have to know you're evil. Like, you got to know that to understand who you kind of are. And but he's just like, a lot of the stuff he has, like it's called Jordan Peterson's 12 Steps to like I have the book in my phone. It's like Chaos of a Life or something like that. But it's really good. Like, I've listened to it a couple times. It's hard because he's real like monotone, but a lot of stuff he talks about is like legit, like just oh shit, okay. But he's real like back and forth with like everything. Like, you got to know how bad this is to know how good this is, and you can't always be a positive person that's just fucking bullshit. He's like, that doesn't. You have to have so have a little negative to be like. It's a good. Check. It's a good mix. You know what I mean? What he talks about and stuff like that. Because I mean, it's tough. I mean, you walk around, you're posting positive shit all the time, and I'm positive. Like, I don't think you really kind of figure people out to somebody like really opens up to you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, a lot of times you have to open up to other people to get them to kind of tell you kind of like how they really feel. And you're like, oh shit, you're kind of, you're dealing with shit too and stuff like that. But that's pretty cool. Like, I try to put a lot of content into my head because it's like whatever they listen to, it all stems from Joe. It's like Joe Rogan, like, oh, he interviews this guy, so then I'll go look him up. Yeah. And I look up his book, and then you start seeing all these different podcasts that they do with each other. And then a lot of guys, when they launch books, they hit all the major podcasts, they hit all the major radio stations. So then you get to kind of run through all their books and stuff like that too as well. Yeah. Like Kobe Bryant, I was listening to Kobe's, because Kobe's kind of like on a tour and everything like that, hitting a lot of people. But Kobe had a pretty good one where he interviewed this guy and stuff like that. Just talks about how he was competitive and kind of how he looked at the game, and like when he played, when he was learning, he knew what his strengths were, but he always focused on more of his weaknesses. Yeah. During like summer league, he was like, well, summer league, no one's gonna win or lose. It is what it is. Like, I would just go focus on my weaknesses, and I size up these guys that I'm playing against, and I knew that I was gonna play them the next couple years. He's like, so what I would do is I would play them with my weaknesses, see where their strengths and weaknesses are, see where they're bad and good at on playing. So then when I knew it was a long-term game, so when I ran into him a couple years later, I was ready to fade him out because I knew how to play him. And he was talking about how Reggie Miller, he was playing. I think he was saying he was playing Reggie Miller like in a summer league, or like it was something outside of the NBA. He was like, it was basically like a practice type thing. He's like, oh, he went one-on-one with Reggie. He was like, yeah, let's go one-on-one. So they played a couple games, and he goes, the only reason I did that, I called them out to play them one-on-one. He's like, because I knew their team was going to be good, that I felt the Lakers were going to face them in the conference finals. So I had to figure him out months before I ran into him. He's like, so I figured out where his weaknesses and where his strengths were and how I could play him and play off of him. So when I saw him in the playoffs, I had his ass, and he didn't know. And sure enough, they beat him. Like, he's like, I played into all the shit I remember before when I first played him. I was like, damn, like, that's just that long-term game, dude, to think that way. Like, that was nuts to hear him how he breaks that shit down. And then, but there's a sense of like, being like just dedicated to that craft that much. Like, I'm willing to like sacrifice everything, friends, family, no matter what. Like, I have to do this, So that's kind of why, like, you kind of look at the craft that you may be in and stuff like that. Like, sometimes you just, do you just fluff yourself to fluff do we fluff ourselves just to be like, yeah, I'm all in, I could do it? Or to be easier just to be honest with yourself and be like, I'm halfway in, but the half in I am. I'm just gonna be really good at that. Yeah. I'm not, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna be really good at what I can do versus like, setting the bar so high for yourself to where it's like, yeah, it sounds great and all, but then like the drop off can be harder because you can hold yourself to that standard and be like, damn, I never hit my goals, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it's just at that point in time, like, because Kobe, I mean, from the audiobook that we had, it was who was the writer? They told us about
Tim
it.
Grover,
Tim Grover,
Relentless,
crazy book all about Kobe and how
It's Kobe, Jordan,
he's
all that.
competitive as hell, right? And so I think it's something like that. I agree with you. Yeah, if you're going to be in, but be honest with yourself. I'm kind of half-assing it today. You know, what's like I told you today, a couple things I don't feel like doing this today. But I think, I don't know.
Well, not
It's kind of a
not
mix-up,
necessarily
though.
half-assed, right? Think about it like this. Like, you know, every time we kind of like hire people or we get around people, a lot of people, a lot of people are like, you know, I want to do this, I'm going 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 to do this. And I think sometimes it's like, maybe we're almost announcing it out loud. And I hear people say this all the time. I say it out loud to people so I can be held, you know, so I can hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
But I never really feel like that's the right thing to do because
Right.
you're giving people ammo to fucking shoot you, like to let you know that you're full of shit.
Yeah.
When it's time to call you on full of shit, right? So like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work out. And I'm gonna lose 50 pounds. I'm just making a number up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay. And then you're always talking about it, right? But then you're not doing it, and I'm holding myself accountable because I'm announcing it, and then you don't. And then there's a point where you kind of maybe get down on yourself, and you're like, but you didn't do that. Like, you didn't do anything to lose the 50. Like, you just kept saying it. Like, you weren't really, you know, versus the guy that's just like shows up, or the girl that shows up and they just go and they do and they're silent about it. And you're like, oh shit, you lost 50. Like, yeah, you know, like sometimes you like just letting your, what did I say? Just like letting your actions be more of the proof versus saying it out loud. 'Cause I always feel like that has a negative effect on it. Like, you know, I'm going to throw this in the universe and it just backfires on you. In a sense.
I mean, the way I see it, and I don't agree in that aspect because not everyone can work in silence. Maybe they want to project it out because some people do feel that they project it out to the universe and it rewards them back. Doesn't always work, no. And there's some people that work in silence and it doesn't work out, but no one knew about it. That's it. I think everyone has their own opportunity to do what works for them. And honestly, to go back to where if you say something, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, you don't lose it, and it gives people ammo to talk shit, well, then those are the people you need to cut out in your life because if they're talking shit because you tried at something versus even if you did say it, at least you try to make an attempt. Even if it was a few weak attempt, at least you did something that they didn't. And if someone's going to be on your ass for at least trying to do something or try to move, maybe you don't get it right the first time. Maybe the second or third time. Well, that time you're projecting, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to get a better job. But then you keep trying to move forward. Eventually, I think that bubble's going to pop and you are going to make that big break. I think it's just going to take time.
Yeah. Well, there's people that do progress. I think that are going to do that. And there's people that just say it, right?
Right.
So like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to eat healthy and I'm going to do all this. And then like you're eating fucking nachos.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're with people, you want to dissect everything you're doing. Like, oh, well, I'm eating this because I want to be healthy and I want to do this. And you know, you're like, just shut the fuck up and eat. Like, it's like you're fucking faking the funk because you want to keep talking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Just be like, I'm doing it. In the story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be people that are going to get ammo to shoot you down. Like, you know what I mean? And try to make my point. Like, kind of like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you it's just two different perspectives. Whenever you say, you're giving people ammo, I don't think no one goes out with the intention. I'm gonna. So
that's kind of my like think like okay. So we're all talking about Kobe, right? So like my thoughts are, and this is my belief, right? Like or kind of how I feel about this. Like I'm sizing you up when I hear you talk. I'm gonna do this, and that, and I'd watch how many times you say things, and then how many times you do, and how many times you don't, right? And I'm like. So the next time it's like crying wolf, like, nigga, you ain't gonna do it. Like, you're not. Like, you've never showed me actions. You talk more than you do.
Right.
So you never showed me actions that I think. So then when it comes to competition time, right, like, somebody used to always challenge me to selling houses.
Yeah.
Hey, I can beat you in selling houses. You say it a lot, but none of your actions show it.
Yeah.
So why, like if that's what gets you out of bed, I don't want to play that game with you because it doesn't.
Yeah.
You're not motivating me. You're a thorn in my side to just think that because I know what it's like to have to drag your ass out of bed. I know what it's like to have to show up to work. I know what it's like to have to make a sacrifice. So when you are announcing how much you're going to make that sacrifice and you absolutely can't do it, I feel like you're disrespecting me because I put in the work. I'm putting the work in to do it.
Right.
So don't disrespect how hard it really is.
Right.
Kind of like. Look at Kobe. Kobe used to get pissed off that Shaq wasn't fucking. She's like, we could have run fucking 10 rings. He never wanted to show up and work. He just was like, oh, I got the size. I don't have to practice. His words were, I don't have to practice the dunk.
Yeah.
He was like, we could have been better, greater than we were at. You know what I mean? So like, are you gonna rely on? Sometimes we just rely on our skill. Is it we rely on our skill and then there's work ethic? You know what I mean? So that's kind of my point when I hear people. And right now, maybe just be the weight thing, but it's like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. And I watch everything you do. And I'm like, you're not. Like, you're not. But if you want to keep saying it, then okay. Like, but like, I want to try to tell you, like, just I think I've always said this to you too. Like, instead of saying like, I'm going to go for the whole gusto, just be like, hey man, I'm just going to try to do a little better at what I'm doing now. Right. Yeah. Because then it's easier to know that you're working is like a baby step. So it's like, I can be like, hey, I'm going to fucking have 30 rentals. Just gonna buy one this year. Yeah. And then my ultimate's that, right? Because if I fixate on 30, I'm never gonna get there. But if I fixate on 1 a year, 2 a year, then it's easier for us to get through that brick by brick by brick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. So if they're able to go ahead to you, if they're able to something reasonable and you see the action towards it, makes them more credible versus someone like, man, I'm gonna sell 100 homes this year. Do you really know how much it takes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can see that. Yeah, a constant. You know.
I'm coming to work every day, and you post shit on Facebook about how you're grinding, you're hustling, and then it's like 5 days turns into 3 days, turns into like we'll see you in 2 weeks, and you're just like, but then they come back and they do it again. I'd rather have you be like, but see here's the thing, and I'll lay it with this. There's a difference between someone that says, you're right, I failed. I didn't have the discipline to do it. And there's someone who makes excuses. Yeah. Why are you eating that? Oh, well, there's meat in there, so that's protein. Oh, there's cheese. Well, that's dairy. No, fam, it's still it's a donut. Like why are you eating that? Oh, that's natural organic sugar, but not still a donut. Like, why are you justifying? It's like you got caught lying, but you're still trying to find every lie to get out of it. Like, just be like, dude, I just want to eat the fucking donut. Like when I eat an ice cream, I'm like, yo, I want to be fat right now. I want to be a fucking fat kid. I'm gonna eat ice cream. Yeah, grab my ice cream, eat it, and I'm happy with that because I'm eating my ice cream. Versus like I'm gonna eat it and be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, but God, it has milk. They make ice cream out of milk, and these are nuts. These are natural. Protein. Yeah, you're lying to yourself, dog. Like if you lie to yourself, like who are you gonna believe? Like you.
Man, you know what? My wife sent me this thing about it's a Sunday churro where you make the churro, and you know me, dude. I love to bake. I'm actually gonna try to make like a small amount. I'm gonna have me like a churro bowl, and with the vanilla bean ice cream in it. Dude, I'm gonna make it. You're gonna have one.
I'm pretty sure.
I've never made it. It looks delicious, but yeah, dude.
That's why I said I've never tried a 6-pack, dog. I like a snack. I want to get it. You know what I mean? I want to kind of get it here and get it there.
I saw that recipe. I was like, oh, I could so do that. So that's in the next couple of weeks, man. I make me some churros because they have a recipe for churros, and I've been looking them up, man. Yeah. You can never find a decent churro. All the ones that
I've never seen anybody actually make a churro. I mean, other than you going and getting churros. How do you make a churro?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta mix I saw the recipe. It's just flour, cinnamon, vanilla extract, butter.
Well, how do you get it to look like that? Is there like something that forms it?
Well, yeah, no. Well, you boil it first. You mix in the water, the butter, and a little bit of like coconut oil and the vanilla extract. You bring it to a boil. Then you throw a cup of flour in there, and so you bring that to a boil. You mix it up, and then once it's boiling, you turn it off. And then you take it apart, but you're still stirring because it'll thicken up. And then you get 1 egg, and once you're done, it'll be like a thick dough. You get 3 eggs, and it says to crack it separately and mix in the eggs.
But how do you make it look like a churro, though?
Well, once you get all that, you get what's called like a piper's bag. Okay. You put it inside a cup, so it's basically like a plastic cup. But on the tip of it, you get one of the ones that you do like the frosting with it. You know how it looks like a star? Like, okay, well, you put that tip at the end of it. You put the piping bag in it, and then you put it in the cup, and then you fill it up. So then once you get that, then it tells you to wash your fingers, and then you can you have to fry it. You get a frying pan, and then you squeeze it, and it comes out, and you determine the length.
Oh,
and
in the
you cut
frying
it tip.
pan. Oh, like that? Oh,
Yeah, so
shit.
you go that, and then you cut it, and then you have to constantly be turning it, so that way
Yeah.
it fries up good.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try that one with the small ones.
So I'm assuming if anybody knows about this right now, maybe you know about this because I have no clue and I still haven't had a chance to look it up. What the hell is this deal with this whole Church's chicken and Chick-fil-A thing? I'm like, I really have no clue. You don't know either?
No,
Damn.
not at all.
I don't know. If anybody knows, please just inbox us and let me know because I have no clue what the hell they're talking about. I mean, is it because both of them have chicken sandwiches now?
No, I think because Popeyes ran out of chicken. Popeyes ran out of chicken.
They ran out of chicken?
Or some. That's what they told me, that Popeyes ran out of chicken and the customers went to a bitch fit and all that. So that's why they was.
Have you ate Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Do you think it's like amazing, like wait in line forever type amazing? I don't really think it's. I mean, I just had it right now.
It's In-N-Out crazy.
Nah, like so I was over there right now and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go sit. And then a line, big ass line.
Yeah.
Line inside, tons of employees. I'm just like, look at the employees. The employees, one, don't look happy for shit. They're just like, and they're all young too. Like, damn, these people eating all this chicken. And like, it just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like
it was good. I thought it was good, but
it ain't memorable. It ain't like I can't wait to get Chick-fil-A again.
Like In-N-Out, that line is forever long.
I mean, day. I dig the burgers, but I don't dig the fries.
No, and In-N-Out,
yeah,
hell no. The fries.
Sorry, Manny. That man used to work there.
Oh my God, that's the best. No, it's not. Those
best fries to me are Rowley's or Checkers.
Oh yeah, those are some good fries.
Oh God, dang, those are amazing.
Yeah,
Red Robin has bomb fries.
Yeah,
honey mustard.
Man, hey, I've been known every now and again to get the Rowley's fries and strawberry shake from there. Oh, just those. You dip it inside the milkshake.
Oh, I used to do that at McDonald's. I get the McDonald's fries and then dip them inside a vanilla, or no, it was Wendy's.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's too.
Yeah,
vanilla. Yeah, just dip them in there. Oh
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'll go run 3 miles and I'll go ahead and do that. But no, man. But yeah, I like to bake. So when you come over, man, I'm gonna try to see if I can whip out those the churro bowls and then the regular churros. But the ones they had them short. They look like little stogies. Oh, cute. But I know the long ass ones. I know it's got to be thicker, and I don't know the frying degrees and all that stuff. I know it's just got to be fried.
Best fries and beef.
Best fries and beef.
Okay.
Are you talking In-N-Out?
Hey.
Oh man, In-N-Out has really good burgers. The burger at In-N-Out. Yeah, burger. Fantastic. Yeah, the fries, I'm sorry, man. The fries kick rocks. Not today, sir.
That's funny, dude. Anything coming up what's this week? This is the last week of the month, huh? It's a holiday this weekend, isn't it? Labor Day.
Yeah. Dude, I noticed ever since I got into entrepreneurship, I don't really care about holidays. Like, it's thinking we got to stay off. Like, do you?
No.
Do you look forward to certain weekends? Like 4th of July or Thanksgiving?
No, but I mean, it's weird that it's just like time flies so much faster, especially when you're like, oh, I got an appointment in a week, or it's a 30-day escrow. Your concept of like time is just way different. It blows through and it goes fast.
It does, dude. Christmas is 4 months away.
Dang, dude, I can't believe the year went by that fast.
That is fucking fast.
About 2020.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm gonna fucking stuff my face.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. If anyone out there has a good recipe for a peach cobbler, I'm still looking. I've been to recipes.com.
Every time we talk to everybody on here, no one ever inboxes and says shit.
I know.
Eventually someone's gonna
inbox
and say something.
You gotta keep trying. So I'm putting it out there. If you guys have a good recipe for a peach cobbler, please send it. Direct message. Find a black auntie. Yeah, that'll definitely give me the peach cobbler. Mr.
Who said that?
247 JD.
The people's champ.
The people's champ.
Champ of real estate.
Yep. Yeah, I need it. Hey, we'll see if your auntie can hook it up, brother. I really love that recipe. Give it a shot.
I'm not. I mean, I like Thanksgiving, but I'm not like. I'm not really a fan of eating like gorging myself. I don't know. I don't.
In moderations. Like
I've never like just go out of my way to think about like, oh God, I can't wait to eat. Like unless I'm really starving. But there's days like if I'm like working out or I'm on it like hard, like doing something all day where I'm busy, then I'm like, man, I could really go for a burger or like a steak or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm or a certain sweet, like I'm beanie for that. But like Thanksgiving, I'm like, like I don't know, like because I I don't like to feel fucking heavy. Like
Yeah.
when I indulge like that, it fucking, it's like being drunk. Like I don't want to feel that
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
all day where I'm dragging. Like I
Feels
want to,
great.
I don't know.
Well, see, with
then I
me,
feel disgusting in
Because
myself.
my mom, she only makes cheesecakes either on Thanksgiving or on Christmas Day. So
Yeah.
I look forward to that because she makes cheesecake like nobody else.
I like kicking with the family though. Like that's
Oh,
cool.
man.
Like the stuff that we actually do versus like
Yeah.
the whole eating aspect of it. But because we ended up going to like 2-3 places. This well, this year will probably like one place now, but, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
but
no, man. But I don't know. I'm you know me. I'm low key fatty. I love to eat. So I'm just like
Yeah.
every now and again I'll indulge in a little bit. Be
That's
happy
cool.
with myself. Ribeye, mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving.
Sure, ribeye.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be
I
good.
can fuck with
So
ribeye right now. That's
yeah,
for
Shane,
sure.
we'll be at your Thanksgiving for a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Shane's gonna be like
Disappearing.
Shane's gonna be like in Italy or something like that.
Yeah. He'll be hunting.
Something
He'll be
sexy.
hunting the cow to make sure that he slaughters it and
Nah,
hey, it's
he-
fresh.
he Go hunting elk, cut it up, take it with them. That's funny shit.
Have you ever tried elk?
Nah, man, but after listening to Joe Rogan, I really want some elk.
Yeah. All right.
So let's see what we got coming up. That couple weddings coming up. My buddy's getting married out in LA. My cousin Andrew's getting married. I got to take off to. I have to go to the end of September. I have to go to LA for 2 days for Reimagine. It's like a big old NAR event for real estate. It's free, so
Okay.
during the weekday. I think it's like Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Hit that up. We're doing the Spartan race. That's coming up.
October 27th.
Yeah.
Counting down. How you feeling, man? You feeling good?
Yeah, dude. I mean, my knee's been bothering me a little bit.
Mhm.
I was telling you today, I think it's because like my quad or whatever it is, like it's tight. Like I think that's what it is. And like once I kind of like start focusing, I'm like, okay, I can see that. But yeah, no, dude, like, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. I just want to get out there and I like that point where you're like exhausted, like that exertion. You're like, like you just like, okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. Like, you gotta dig deep, dude. Like, so like when I run, or I'm like lifting and shit like that, like trying to high rep, you know, I like that feeling of just like breathing really hard and your chest going up, chest going down. It's just like, I don't know, it's weird. It's just
You
like,
feel alive?
it's calming. It's just getting like, it's just getting all the energy out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's good. It's like bad energy out, and then like it's good energy back in because you're just like you're working yourself to that point, you know. So I can't wait to get out there and just kind of see what it's like, and just kind of do it with everybody and stuff like that too. So that should definitely be fun.
That's gonna be fun, man.
Like a whole group of us. But I can definitely see that that would be the start of something because I can see myself doing another one. Maybe we want to hit like a marathon, like a half marathon here
Yeah,
and there,
dude.
so just to kind of knock some stuff out, man, to keep going.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think especially because I think it's good, man. Something like that keeps you reinvigorated. Kind of want to do a little bit more. Hey, man, we did a little bit better, or maybe like for you, time isn't a big thing. Just as long as you get it done,
Yeah.
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure eventually I'm gonna want to
For
do
me,
like I gotta
yeah.
get quicker and quicker.
Yeah, I'm just like
Again,
I wanna
remember,
do it.
remember, if you pay attention to me, I always say I don't ever overextend myself. So I'm not gonna be.
Yeah,
If we get in there and you guys start talking like Manny was like, yo, I think I want to beat Mike. I want to have a great time. And you start talking about that and be like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm just gonna finish it.
yeah.
And then
Oh,
slide
man.
slowly, but you know what I mean? Like it's the
Creep
long term,
up,
baby.
yeah.
I'm just watching you for your weakness.
Oh,
Because
hey, man,
then when you get hurt, like when someone gets hurt around the line, I'm like, there
Oh,
you go.
man, you know what?
There you go. Because you
that's
wanted
what I'm worried
you wanted
about.
to fucking be a fucking piton and
Hey,
say you're gonna
You have
I'm
to,
gonna
man.
do it. Like
I
let's
want-
just hey baby, let's just go. Let's
I
just
know-
tortoise.
I want to go
slow.
hard. I want to go hard.
Slow.
Yeah.
Slow.
Well,
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'll start off slow, but initially
It's a race. It's a race.
It is. But to me, man, I want to prove to myself that I can push myself.
But what's your
Further than I
but what do you
ever
but
think.
yeah, but what do you like what's your goal?
My goal, I haven't looked up the times. All I know is I don't want to finish dead last or in the middle. I want to finish top, I don't know, top 50 because I know there's a
What
shitload
the
of people.
fuck? Are you kidding me?
No,
Top 50?
if possible, I want a gun for that and see
You're
how good I
crazy.
can push myself. You never know, man. That's maybe I'm setting the bar too high.
You gotta
I
get
don't
the
give a
lay of the
fuck.
land,
I
baby. You gotta
really
get the
wanna
lay of the
try.
land just a little bit. You try to take
Man.
this shit 0 to 100 real quick.
I'm trying to, man. I ain't got time to waste. I got to get this shit on board now. So that's why I'm running my 3-4 miles on the fucking terrain to push myself. And I'm tired as shit after I run the 4 miles on the bluffs. Boy, you talk about a workout. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to go out there. Maybe it might not be the same, but at least it can mimic some of the elements of the elevation. Dude, your
Yeah.
days will fucking be burnt.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But that's what, when you go, you'll be like, I don't know. You might be like, oh, Jose, this is pussy shit. This is easy. Or you might be like,
No,
okay.
like I said, like to me,
Okay.
I think like my thoughts are okay. You're gonna push it, and Manny's gonna push it, right?
yeah,
So Manny looks how he looks, fit, right? You're
Yeah.
out there hitting these terrains, talking about how you do all this, right?
I'm trying.
And you
yeah.
want to fit top 50, and I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But because I'm competitive, I just shut up and I just trot with you.
Oh, you're
Shot
like,
with
I
you,
got the ammo.
and then I'm like, I see him falling out a little bit. Watch, and then we get to the end. I start like shit, like, oh nigga, you talk real hard about this shit.
Oh,
like,
okay, so you
we got
yeah.
I'm just like,
You know
just low key, just like
right.
little trot.
Well, with me, I want to go
You know
hard.
what I mean?
If I finish at 50, good.
And then you
If I
finish
don't,
50, and I know I'm like, well, he
oh,
finished
well.
50, so I was in the top 2. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So that's what the thing.
it's a slow trot.
For the 50, but I don't know.
I
how
don't
many
shit.
are if I can finish anywhere, realistically, if I can finish within the top 150, I don't know how many are there, then I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I know that eventually
I would
they'll try to
like
want to
to-
improve, try to want to improve, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, dude, definitely getting involved in that stuff. It seems like it'd be pretty cool, man. Just to continuously do things, push yourself, stuff like that. Because, like, you know, like, I don't want to. My mind, I'm like, I see like, oh, some of these older people, man, like, you know, in their 50s, 60s, 70s and shit, and like some are slouched over, they're hurting, they can't
Yeah.
walk, and I'm like, I want to be like that, man. I want to be that. I want to be at least that. Like, you see some, you're like, damn, I got sharp still.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know, maybe it's from his lifestyle of eating. And I mean, and again, a lot of part of me feels too like it is not only just the eating and that and the working out, but I think a lot of it has to come with the less stress that they put on themselves, maybe with just a lifestyle, like work and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I've never running through being always stressed out with work and life is no matter how you eat, you know, I think it's gonna wear you down. You know what I mean? So
it affects your insides for sure.
It's kind of try to have like a maybe not even a balance, because I mean everybody says balance, but like an awareness of like, you know, scale this back a little, and then me, you know, go be a little bit better in this area and shit like that.
Yeah,
you know
and that's it's just shifting from one to the other, not really balance it out. But like you said, I mean, I think for myself, if something like this, if I do good, okay, cool. In the back of my mind, I'd be like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done this, you know, because I'm just that competitive. And man, I'm really looking forward to this. And so if you folks are just tuning in right now, we'll talk about the Spartan race. We're going to have one here in Lebec, October 27th. There's about 5 of us that are going to be competing together as a team to run up there and finish strong and just finish it all. But I was thinking about it, and you always see like the marathon runners that finish good and like top, you know, the accolades, right? But I was going on YouTube, and this one says most embarrassing moments in his most embarrassed athletes of all time, and it showed like the downfall of the shit that they do when no one's looking. Like, for example, there was this marathon runner. I don't know how much they were running, but he was in first place, and he was from Brazil, and he's jamming. And this is when you know you're like, fuck, there's no turning back. The camera zoomed in, and he had stomach issues. And so
he just shit on himself.
He just shit on himself, but he kept running.
Oh,
and you could see it running down, and he was running. You could see a little pouch where the cube, and he just
kept going.
He just kept going.
Sir,
dripping on his leg.
Sir, I know that's not embarrassing. I applaud that. Hey, that right there is mental. That's focus right there, fam.
Dude,
that's all in. That's Kobe.
I'm just like, but like, hey, let me pull over to get on my system and then take off, because now
that's
I'm
the difference. Day. That's the day. Nope.
Oh my god.
Imagine if you're running from a lion or something, bro. Back in the day, you know, say try to chase you down. You got shit on yourself and keep running.
But he's not.
That's a mindset right there.
I'm just like,
but did he win?
I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
Did he still win?
No, he
lost.
He lost.
Oh, then it's not worth nothing.
Exactly, right? And there's another one where this guy, he's in first place. He's celebrating. He's doing the bicycle. He's celebrating. Yeah. What happens? The guy stutters a little bit. Tries to get composure. Second and third, boom, blow past him, and he's done. My thing is, I don't want to get caught where I'm like, oh man. My thing would be like a stomach issue. Oh, you got Jose. Hey, Jose's in the bush taking a shit. I said, hey, I'm about to win. Hold up. And then keep going. Man. Just get out of your system, man. I think that would be horrific even for me. I wouldn't want my body to shut down on me like that. That's fucking terrible. So we gotta I don't know, like And I'm at the point where
Had a soldier shit himself in a run in Iraq. It happens.
it happens. Yeah, I know it
that's
happens.
hands on right there.
Yeah, I get it, but he's in Iraq and he's got to find cover. So if I'm
In a
looking for
race, not in a run, was like a firefighter, or a run like a.
had a shoulder shit himself in a run in Iraq. Now, was he running for something, or was it like a drill, or was it a marathon? If you can, Mr. Adam
shit.
Hidalgo, will explain and verify. Because if you're running in a race somewhere and you shit yourself, just pull over and, hey, let me get the rest of it out, take the sock off, and then keep on moving. Because when it's your cause that hollers, I'm just saying, I don't want to get caught in the crosshairs of like, hey, that guy, he finished, hey, but he shit himself. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, man. Well,
Yeah.
I think we're coming to bring this thing to an end.
A fire fight.
Ooh, oh yeah, you got to shit
hell
yourself in
yeah,
a firefight.
yeah.
I shit myself as soon as they start shooting. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't cut for that, son. Hell no. Did you hear me in my dream get shot 5 times? I think I shit myself that night.
Hey, but you locked in it, though. You were like, no problem.
All
Right.
right. All right, man. Let's call it, dude. It was episode 20.
All right, you guys.
Good little chit chat here, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for participating, everybody
I think this
that's
is one of the
there.
most random ones we've had.
Yeah, no shit, dude, for sure. That's what happens when we just jump on it.
It's all right.
Everybody,
All right, guys.
follow us, everything on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Put a stamp on it podcast. Find it by the name. Hit us up, DM us, add us, and we appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, like and share with everyone, you guys. Thanks so much. Have a good week. See you
All right,
next
guys.
week.
That's funny. This thing goes an hour on Instagram? I thought